So what's changed? This is the PUMA Ultra 6 Ultimate. And in this video, I'll be going over the specs, changes from the previous model, if there are any, as well as the sizing and just my first impressions of the boot as well. Now, before we get into things, I want to give a big thank you to LJ Collects. Make sure you follow him on all of the socials. He was able to get these for me before they released. But I'm now filming this after they've released, so yeah. There we are. Now, it'll probably be easier if we start off with what literally has stayed the same from the previous model. The upper also uses Grip Control Pro, which offers this kind of like subtle grippy touch on the ball. I wouldn't say the upper is super thin. It doesn't really offer that much of a barefoot feel, I feel, but it still offers a very close touch on the ball. The sole plate stays the exact same from the previous model as well, which in my opinion is probably one of the best things about the PUMA Ultra at this point in time. The Ultimate sole plate is made from a plastic called Pebble, and it's there because it provides a lightweight and that kind of snappy responsive feel that you expect from speed boots. It still uses the very aggressive speed system stud pattern, as well as these T-shaped studs which PUMA call their fast track studs, which reminds me of the talons of a falcon, like the peregrine falcon, the fastest animal in the world. And I've only said that because it is a speed boot. But enough Nat Geo World, let's actually talk about what's new on these boots. The first major change we're going to see is in the tongue area, where we no longer have that power tape strips which runs down the middle of it. For me, power tape was almost a little bit gimmicky. You couldn't really tell what it did for you, and PUMA seemed to have maybe given up on it and just removed it completely from this boot. And the next change you're going to see is around this ankle area here, where PUMA have now incorporated this short knitted collar around the mouth of the boot. And I think this is just being included because of, improves fit and comfort. And if I remember correctly, I remember some people complaining that the sides of the boot used to like dig into the ankle. So maybe this is just to kind of combat that. And I guess maybe having like this extended knitted area makes it easier to put the boots on. And then the last change you see on the instep of the boot, you can see this kind of like raised texturing on the instep, which is there to provide a bit more grip on the ball. Will that make a huge difference? I guess we'll see in the playtest. Now, this particular colorway PUMA have called the Dare 2, and it is going to be worn during pre-season as well as the Club World Cup. And PUMA have listed the Pantones of this boot as Persian Blue, PUMA Age Silver, PUMA Black, and Lime Squeeze, which is just a fancy way of saying navy, black, silver, and lime. I like this colorway a lot because it stands out without being too brash. The dark and the bright colors contrast each other very well, and the team that I play for wears navy, so yeah, it goes with my kit. Overall, a very nice launch colorway. And in terms of price, these are going to cost you £210. Now let's look at these boots on feet. So back in the Stadio Burner back garden, and this is what the PUMA Ultra 6 Ultimate look like on feet. I'm wearing them with a pair of Apex grip socks, and this is how I'll style them on a match day wearing a pair of leg sleeves. In terms of initial comfort, they're relatively comfortable, but of course they still need a little bit of breaking time. The previous model was very comfortable after they were fully broken in, and I expect the same from this boot, as they pretty much feel the exact same on feet. Oh, I say the exact same, I had the carbon instead of the Ultimate last time, but yeah, feel very similar. Now if you have wide feet, these boots should be okay for you, providing your feet on like ultra wide. See what I did there? And in terms of sizing, in Nike and Adidas, I usually wear 9.5 UK, but with PUMA boots, I find they fit a bit long for my feet, so I'm wearing these in a UK 9, so I went half a size down. And to be honest, it was a great decision because they feel great, lockdown is good, there's literally no room in the toe area, so yeah, no complaints there in terms of fit so far. Now, not much has changed from the previous model. I wouldn't necessarily call this boot an upgrade, it's more like a refinement. And over the last few years, PUMA have been doing this thing where every two boots are like quite similar, where the second boot is more like a refinement of the previous model. And then after the second boot, you have a more drastic change. It's like a pseudo version of the Kaizen approach that a lot of Japanese brands do. And PUMA aren't the only brand which seems to have this kind of approach. We've seen the likes of New Balance and Adidas do something similar as well. Now the playtest for these boots will be out in a few weeks time, so you know when that drops. Please leave a like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next time.